Frank Avitabile.
Yeah.
Player. Committeeman. President. Coach.
At Beside the Bar, we take a look back at footy of yesteryear. On tonight's show, we go back to 1983, the Victorian Amateur Football Association, C-section, and it's down at CBC St Kilda. Then coach of the reserves, Frank Avitabile. He talks about his time, his passion, his family, his friends, his players, and most importantly, his club. Sit back and relax and enjoy some great memories from their 1983 reunion. This is Beside the Bar.
Of three brothers to play at the Old Boys. Anthony Avitabile and Sal Avitabile.
Just a little bit of quiet, please, gentlemen. Thank you.
And the son of an Italian greengrocer called Doc Avitabile. A stalwart family at the Old Boys, the Avitables, and a credit to the whole family. So, as we would say, Frank, we know where you got your name from. It was called the Veg. I don't know why it was called the Veg, but anyway. So, Frank, congratulations and well done on something you have did 35 years ago. Do you remember it?
Anybody that's played in grand finals, sometimes it's a bit of a blur, and I can say to you right now that it is a bit of a blur. But before we talk about the grand final, I just want to thank Specs for recognising my dad. Thank you. There's a photo on the table over there where Steve Long and I played in the first game of unfurling the flag the next season, and you can't quite see my dad in it, but he actually is raising the flag with Longy, who's a captain, and myself. I look pretty good, I've got to say. I always was a good-looking footballer. I kind of knew how to play the game. I knew how to play the game, but I couldn't. I was reminiscing before with others, and it may have been Smithy, and it could have been Loach, it could have been a lot of other people. But my brother Anthony, when he was promoted from the under-19s to his first game in the first, and he was put there in the forward pocket. I think Laraji was the coach.
Yeah.
And he's got his first kick, goal. Got his second kick, goal. Got his third kick, goal. And I looked at my dad and I just sort of said, well, this kid's got it. Got his fourth kick, goal. Got his fifth kick, goal. And let me tell you, Avitable's worked hard for our club. I get that. We love to have footy club. We love all you guys, as you know. But to have one of us playing first was special.
Did you only get 5
Thanks, guys. We'll talk about the final shortly, Bonnie, so be careful.
As you know, the Avitabile family was a stalwart family at the Old Boys, and Doc Avitabile was, a man that used to be at every game for the whole Avitabile family, and like many other parents, which was great.
Yeah.
So Frank, how did you actually get to the Old Boys? Like at the beginning, like you would have been, running around with, apples and oranges, delivering shit around, St Kilda and that. So how did you get to the Old Boys?
Well, it was in the veggie truck. And we used to bring a few players down, and I started with the Old Boys. I I started with the old boys when I was about 19 or so. What took me down to the old boys, of course, was the alumni was very, very close. And the first person I sat down next to and who welcomed me to the footy club was Jack Scanlon. May he rest in peace. May he rest in peace. So the guys that I sat with were Jack Scanlon, Victor Leach. Some of these names may not mean anything to you, but they were welcoming people. And I was speaking to Simon Mean. He was telling us a story with Liam before. And when you were a young bloke and you first came down to the footy club, even though you're underage, some of the older blokes just put a stubby in your hand. And, you know, that was, some other clubs gave you a brown paper bag full of $10 notes, but we actually put stubbies in the hands of the kids. And you're all still here, and God love you.
I can relate to that because I remember in 1972 I went to the old boys with and I see Jenna's rolled up.
Jenna.
Good evening, Jenna. How are you? Good to see you. I went down to the old boys with about 12 blokes. There was Jenna, Paul McMahon, Butch Adams, one of our good friends, Tobes, Peter Callaway, and we went down there. And after the game, Jack White used to walk around. Mark Kay was there. Who else? I can't remember. There's a few other people. Anyway, after the game, Jack White's walking around with large bottles of VB, pouring glasses of beer to you and say, "You should come down to the old boys next year." And I said, "I'm here already. I don't need next year." But as Frank said, great. So Frank, tell me, how did you, we know you've done a lot of jobs at the footy club, from president through to coaching, to also a committeeman, and also on the alumni school board. So how did you end up coaching the reserves at that stage?
Well, the history, I may get a couple of years wrong, but I think we need to put our hands together for Steve Clinch is here tonight to put together the under-15s and under-17s. And look, we've spoken about Riddell with his 13, and we've spoken about Leipzig, we've spoken about all these guys. You're all here, and the reason for that is because Steve had the vision, along with the committee, to actually start a junior footy club that we played within the Waverley districts, and that's where this started. This started because of 15s and 17s, and people with vision, you rarely meet them in life, but when you do, make sure you step up to Steve Clinch tonight and say thank you. Say thank you to him for the work that he put in. So I saw the writing was on the wall, and there was going to be any glory to be had. It was going to be after Clinchy, so I took over. And that particular team that I took over had Michael Lopes, Charles Capron, thereabouts. No, it's the next year. It doesn't matter about dates. But in the under-17s that I took over, we had a really, really good team. These guys were involved, Mugger was there, and we lost the first 4 games with all of these great players. Charles, Leipzig, they were all there. And I remember that we actually had a team meeting at the school. We had a team meeting at the school, and I said to the guys, you remember that? I said to the guys, as individuals, you're great players, but you'll never win at football unless you become a team. Unless you become a team. And we won every game. I think we lost against East Sandy by 3 points, which kept us out of the 4. And if we had got in the 4, well, history would have been rewritten. But it hadn't have been rewritten. We went on to greater things the year after, and then the seconds happened because we were able to keep this team together. Not individuals, but actual team together. And the 82, 83, 84, 85 successes of the club into senior footy was all born from what Steve did, what the school supported us, and with the guys' commitments, and to all of you, thank you very much for a great period.
So, Frank, we're going back to the 1983 grand final when the reserves, guys, shut up please. So the 1983 grand final, there were some good players, and apart from myself, who else played well?
Well, the story goes a little bit like this. If we start where the finish is, one of the aims was to have Howard in the back line. And that happened. Which means that Blakers wasn't in the back pocket. Anyway, some 3 or 4 weeks before, we actually had come up against St. Kevin's. We came up against St. Kevin's in the home and away season. They were first, we were second. We knew we were going to meet each other in the finals. Their president came into our change rooms and said, unfortunately, the umpire has not turned up at our ground. So I said to Gary Abbott, we haven't got an umpire here today. Hello. And Evo had 2 sets of false teeth and he took the second pair out. So anyway, we were very, very physical in that game. We actually lost it. Win, lose or draw was the message. I just wanted it to be a fairly physical game against the old foe, being St. Kevin's. And it was a very, very physical game. And as it was in those days, footy was played pretty tough, as you all know, because you played it. So anyway, we lost that game and we came up against them in the GF, and we just knew mentally, physically, emotionally, we absolutely had them. So the team prepared well, and we hit the front early, and we held it to I think a 15 or 17 point result at the end. It was always good beating the Scobbers, the old foe. The score's not up there, but the whole team played well. Score's there. Here it is. Okay. What was the question?
Q&A. My name's Tony Jones.
We've just lost half our audience.
Thank you, Frank. So we're coming to the end of... It's all right. Well, this is important. We only do this. This is 35 years ago, guys.
Next one's the 70th.
Next year we've got the 35-year reunion of the 1984 Grand Final. Did anybody play in that? Put your hand up if you played in the 1984 Grand Final. Thank you.
Get back to me. Get back to me. Come on, what are we doing here?
Okay, Frank, this is the last 2 questions.
No, give me 3.
Do you sell insurance?
No.
We got nowhere else to go.
We love Frank. Tell us, Frank, you were at the Old Boys for a long time, as your family was.
Yeah.
You were at the school for a long time.
Yeah.
You've been through the whole transition of, the 60s, the 70s and the 80s of the Old Boys. Tell us a few people that you thought, as I said, the specs who could play the game.
That is a very difficult question, because coming from my perspective, I actually rate everybody that I was ever associated with, and to separate is really, really hard. And it's like, how do you separate your kids? You don't. For mine, I would rather talk about who I admired. who I admired as players and as people, because I think that they've carried it on right through to their adulthood, and I'm looking at, geez, I'm looking at a lot of people in this room except you.
Your dad loved
And there are so many memories, and I was speaking to Leipzig before. It wasn't about Leipzig. When I was coaching Leipzig, he would hit and bash, go through anybody as hard as he could, and the umpires sometimes didn't like that, and so I used to go and have to pick him up, take him to the tribunal, and bring him back. Okay. If you didn't know, and Mara took Mara as well, and the calibre of these people that that I just wanted to go into wherever we were, a litigious situation, be it a tribunal or whatever. They're just the greatest people, and their parents are the greatest people. And then there were circumstances. I've just glanced over and I've seen Jenna just off the plane from Singapore. That right? Okay? Not tonight, but you go back 35 years, and I've got Harry Matheson who's here as well. Okay? And Harry's in retirement, and we've got Jenna coming off the plane. And I said to both these guys, we need some rovers, we need some people at the footy. And these guys just said, yes, I'm into the game. We had people from the third 18 called Frankie Skender. Remember Frankie Skender? Okay, just played the threes all the time, but then stepped up and said, no, I'll come and play in the twos. Your message is? Yeah, Peter Cox. Coco? No. Next one. Anyway, so these are people that actually, and I point them out now, but I have no favourites. When I was coaching the under-17s, I said to Ralph Bergman, stay on your feet. 17 goals later, we just missed out. 17 goals. 17 goals he kicked that day. Was it 17 or 18? Yeah, 17 goals. So I have a lot of good memories, and I just thank all of you for being part of it. We're a great team, a great club, and I won't single out the players who I think that just added to the fabric of the club other than the
Thank you, Frank. Round of applause, Frank. I think